Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's episode, we have Alina Canner here, who is a certified athletic trainer.
Hi, I'm Alina. I'm a certified athletic trainer. I went to school at University of Arkansas. I recently took a test to be certified as a corrective exercise specialist, so I have that as well.
Hey Alina, so what teams have you worked with while you were at school?
So at school I worked with University of Arkansas women's tennis. I worked with their gymnastics team and track and field. My track and field team was ranked, they're the best in the country, and there's a bunch of them at the Olympics right now.
There's like 8 of them.
Yeah, so we'll see how well they do next week.
Yeah.
And I also worked with a high school football team. So each one of those I did for about a semester, and that's just how the rotations work. But I did bodybuilding for a year. I trained bodybuilding and I did one show in Texas. But now, while I was getting ready for my show, started doing some weightlifting, and now I'm completely been transformed into a weightlifter. I'm checking her PSIS, and that's gonna let me know if anything is off with her SI joint. Here I'm checking Ricky's internal and external rotation at her hips. Here I'm doing soft tissue work for Ricky's glutes and her piriformis specifically, but glutes in general. It's important to know that some people will say they feel tight in certain places, but it's not always about stretching the tight. Sometimes you have to figure out why it's tight in the first place. And that's why it's important to look at the motion and see if any motion is restricted and to go from there. A lot of injuries can show up in the hips and low back. A lot of it could be because of lack of strength and motor control with the glutes, so it's important to take care of your glutes. So with this exercise, we're using a band to distract Ricky's hip joint, and while doing that, she's moving her knee in and out and focusing really on moving her knee in, which is kind of forcing we're forcing both hip internal and external rotation, which a lot of people struggle with their internal rotation of the hip. So the same idea of using a band with this drill, and this is to stretch out her hip flexors, her psoas muscle, and just to get her loosened up and ready for the workout. From what I've seen in my experience, most people have extremely restricted hip flexors, so this is beneficial for somebody with lack of mobility in their hip flexors. This exercise helps with hip internal rotation. It uses all the stabilizing muscles in the hip joint to increase that hip internal rotation that most people lack. And Ricky do some heel taps. It's off a higher surface and we're using a band. The band is to help her have some more motor control over her base leg. This exercise is targeting her glutes, targeting her glute medius. This is a good exercise to have somebody do if they have a lack of control with their glutes, or you could even use it before you do a glute training workout. So as an athletic trainer, I went to school and I studied injuries and injury prevention, rehabilitation, but because of my background with bodybuilding and now Olympic weightlifting, I've learned a lot about strength and conditioning as well, and corrective exercise. With athletic training or strength and conditioning, there really shouldn't be any disconnect between performance enhancement and injury prevention. They just go hand in hand with one another. One of the main things that I think is really important is that there needs to be a balance between strength and mobility. You want the exercises that you're prescribing somebody or that you're doing for yourself to carry over into your lifts or to carry over into your daily activities. With reduced stability or reduced mobility at any joint in the body or any area of the body's going to compensate. It's important to work on fixing proper movement patterns and making sure that if the person is moving correctly, they're going to be limiting their pain.
So if you are interested, here's Alina's information at the bottom. Go ahead and email her for some remote training and corrective exercises. You can follow her at her Instagram, which is also right here. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you like me, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next week.